This is Jacqueline Price, aka Rich Sister. So glad to be on with y'all today. And of course, it's early. If you're not checking this out live, if you're in the replay, you're checking this out by replay. Thank you for checking it out in the replay. Let me do what I need to do. I'm going to need to share this to my profile page. So you can check it out in both places. You can check this out on either the Thoughts for Vision page, or you can go to my profile page and check it out. Okay? Thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in live, thank you. If you're tuning in by replay, thank you. So now it's on both pages. You can tune into this by checking out either the Thoughts for Vision Facebook page, or you can go to my profile page. Okay? Thank you by whatever means you're tuning in. Thank you. Here to give you an update for the Vision Board experience. Of course, had officially last night, as of 7 p.m. last night, the January the 15th session has closed for January the 15th. Okay, let me pull this up. It officially closed yesterday at 7 p.m. And I definitely have to say, and I feel I have the, wherewithal to say this. I'm going to be honest. I was disappointed. I only had one person registered for that session. She knows who she is, and I thank you so very, very much. But I admit, I'm disappointed, because Thoughts for Vision has been going on for 10 years. Not 10 days, not 10 hours, not 10 minutes, not 10 seconds. See, if it was going on for that long, I would understand one person. But 10 years. So I admit, I'm a little disappointed, but I'm pushing forward. Because, see, when you're willing to step out in God and what He's telling you to do, that's what it's about. Despite the numbers, you move forward. Because when you know what you're doing is from God, then it doesn't have nothing to do with how people are responding. So I know in the end, the way people responding has got to do with the people and not with what I'm offering. Especially when I know it's from God. So I know 10 years of Thoughts for Vision wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for God. And there was times where, because we can easily look at numbers and get discouraged, right? But I know 10 years of Thoughts for Vision has happened because of being obedient to God. Because, see, that doesn't cancel out His purpose and plan for your life because people are not responding. See, Thoughts for Vision has been about encouraging people to grow and change. And some people are not about growth and change. They're about escapes and about entertainment. And I can see that from other stuff that's being offered online to you. It's about escape and entertainment. Well, Thoughts for Vision is not about escape and entertainment. It's always been an encouragement for you to grow and change. And some people, they just don't want to grow and change. And that's on others. They ain't on me about what I'm to do, what God has called me to do. And God has called me to do Thoughts for Vision. And most importantly, also, it's never ever about you. When you're on the plan and purpose that God has for your life, it's never ever about you. See, you not starting on your plan and purpose. See, it's hard for us to think, but see, you holding off on your plan and purpose. You may be holding off on somebody else starting their plan and purpose. And I've had people come to me saying, because I saw you doing your videos, that encouraged me to start, on their plan and purpose. So, like I said, those are two things that kept me going for Thoughts for Vision. Number one, being willing to take that and taking that step of faith to do what I know God has called me to do. And to understand that it ain't just about me. See, starting on my purpose, my role from God, is encouraging other people to start on their role, their purpose. See, it's scary to think about it, but me holding back on God, me not doing what I need to do, just maybe stopping some other people. That's a scary thing to think, and we don't really think about that the majority of the times. We just be up in our own head with our woes and our worries and our disappointments, and don't think about others and who you could be possibly holding back or who you could be possibly not helping. But that can't be the case. We can't get stuck in our woes and our worries and numbers, and we can't worry about that. We got to stay in the purpose of God regardless of who shows up or not. So I'm just admitting to you, I'm disappointed. Out of 10 years of Thoughts for Vision, I'm disappointed. One person. But that's okay. That don't mean that what God has given me is not for me to do. It's for me to press on regardless. It's like I said, Thoughts for Vision has not been about escape and entertainment. It's about growth and change, and will forever be about growth and change. It will Thoughts for Vision will forever and always be about growth and change. And there's so many people, they don't want to grow, they want to change. And like I said, it's not for me to abort what I'm doing because of others not wanting to grow and change. See, this is very reflective of of what Moses, as much as he's done, he allowed the people to abort his promise, his going into the promised land. And I'm going to read that. I'm going to take the time to read that. It's in Numbers 20, verses 1 through 13. And I'm going to take the time to read that. I'm reading it from the New Living Translation. Like I said, from the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verses 1 through 13. Like I said, I'm going to read it from the New Living Translation. In the first month of the year, the whole community of Israel arrived in the wilderness of Zin, encamped at Kadesh. While they were there, Miriam died and was buried. There was no water for the people to drink at that place, so they rebelled against Moses and Aaron. The people blamed Moses and said, "If only we had died in the Lord's presence with our brothers. Why have you brought the congregation of the Lord's people into this wilderness to die along with our livestock? Why did you make us leave Egypt and bring us here to this terrible place? This land has no grain, no figs, no grapes, no pomegranates, and no water to drink." Moses and Aaron turned away from the people and went to the entrance of the tabernacle, when they fell face down on the ground. Then the glorious presence of the Lord appeared to them, and the Lord said to Moses, You and Aaron must take the staff and assemble the entire community. As the people watch, speak to the rock over there, and it will pour out its water. You will provide enough water from the rock to satisfy the whole community and their livestock. So Moses did as he was told. He took the staff from the place where it was kept before the Lord. Then he and Aaron summoned the people to come and gather at the rock. Listen, you rebels, he shouted. Must we bring you water from this rock? Then Moses raises his hand and struck the rock twice. Let me repeat that. Then Moses raised his hand and struck the rock twice with the staff, and water gushed out. So the entire community and their livestock drank their fill. He struck the rock twice, but that's not what God instructed him to do. He told him to speak to the rock. But because of his frustration with the people, he disobeyed him and struck the rock twice. But the Lord said to Moses, to Aaron, because you did not trust me enough to demonstrate my holiness to the people of Israel, you will not lead them into the land I am giving them. The place was known as the waters of Meribah, which means arguing, because there the people of Israel argued with the Lord, and there he demonstrated his holiness among them. The Lord instructed Moses to speak to the rock. But because of his frustration with the people, he struck it, which cost him the promised land. So it's these verses here that I stand on to continue on, despite numbers, despite what it looks like. Because everything online that's getting numbers, I know it's about escape and entertainment. And majority of people want to just escape and be entertained. But that ain't what Thoughts for Vision is all about. Thoughts for Vision is about growth and change. That's what it's always been about. So I know this Thoughts for Vision ain't going to get the numbers of somebody else that's out to escape and entertain. See, I'm not going to get the numbers. So that's why I know for me to never ever look at the numbers. Because the majority of people don't want to grow and change. They want to stay just being about escape and entertainment because they don't want to look at them. See, it has nothing to do with what I'm offering. It has to do with the people wanting to be distracted, wanting to just be entertained, wanting to just escape from their lives because they're not happy with their lives. And see, I was there at one point. See, I didn't tell you about that. I didn't tell you about escape and entertainment. Hey, I'm in the entertainment field, right? I think I'm an actress. I think I know a little something about entertainment. See, this is a good example, See, I'm in the entertainment field. I'm an actress, right? I entertain for a living. But there's a time and a season for that. There's a time, and even, as I grow more and more in Christ, I'm learning to tailor my times where I act into, I know it's whatever I do is about giving God the glory and honor as I do it. It's bringing, I know everything down to do, whether it's acting or to do with Thoughts for Vision, motivational speaking, I'm to bring glory to God as I'm doing it. You know? So that's what it's all about. But definitely, as I do Thoughts for Vision is about growth and change. It's not about entertainment. It's not about escape. So I know with what I do, I'm not going to get the numbers of other people and the other stuff that I'm seeing online. Because a lot of it is about escape and entertainment. See, definitely with Thoughts for Vision, this is not the place to come for escape and entertainment. I'm about growth and change. And I know I'm not going to get the numbers, of views as somebody else, because a good chunk of people don't want to grow and change. They just want to be entertained and just escape. Oh, well, I can't say nothing. I've been there before. I've been in that place where I was about escape and entertainment. I've been there. But I know I had to get to a place where God is calling me to do something greater. He called me to go past entertainment. He called me to go past wanting to escape. And see, especially in this season that we're in, that I talked about on Friday, we are in the season of Gideon, where it's about the law of subtraction. Like I said, subtraction is not a bad thing. Sometimes, like motivational speaker Trent Sheldon said, the best way sometimes to add to your life is to subtract. Like I said, you got to be willing to subtract some stuff out of your life. See, we immediately think, well, to add to my life is, no, sometimes you got to subtract. You got to subtract some people. You got to subtract some places. You got to subtract some things if you're going to have what God wants you to have. You got to do away with fear. Like I talked about on Friday, God got on Gideon with his army because of the men that he had to cut away. He started off with 32,000 men that he was going to fight with against the Midianites. God was like, you have too many. And as God was instructing him, he saw a lot of the men were afraid. They were fearful. He told them, send them home. And then he saw a lot of men were impatient. And he tested that by how the men, how they drank water, how they got their water to refresh themselves. The ones who prepared and bent down and drank with their mouths in the stream, those are the ones he kept. The ones who were cupping their hands and lapping, as he said, like a dog, because as I read in that commentary description, them cupping like that, the men who cupped their hands and was, you see what I'm doing? I'm like rushing. That's what he found out. The men who were cupping their hands and lapping like dogs were in haste. In haste. In other words, in a rush. They were in a hurry. In other words, they were impatient. So he couldn't use the men that were cupping their hands and being impatient and in a rush. But the ones who took their time to properly bend down and lower themselves down and drink with their mouths in the stream. See, that takes time to go ahead and get in that position and be willing to do that. But those who were cupping their hands and rushing, he couldn't use it. He's like, send them home. Ones who cupping their hands, lapping like dogs, lapping like Fido, like Rover, send them home. Can't have no Fidos, can't have no Rovers. Send them home. He couldn't have fearful men. He couldn't have impatient men. And let me add one. God also cannot use selfish people. He can't use selfish people. Let me add that one. Can't use fearful people. He can't use impatient people. And he can't use selfish people. These me, myself, and I people. You just care about you. He can't use selfish people. So, can't use fearful people. He can't use impatient people. He can't use selfish people. So if you ever wonder why you don't have what God has talked to you about having, and you know, if you even tapped into what God wants for you to have and wants for your life, if you ever wonder, okay, God, why don't I have this yet? Check whether you're fearful or not. Check whether you're impatient or not. Check whether you're selfish or not. Because God cannot use now 3 fearful, impatient, selfish people. Can't use you. And that's something, like I said, as I talk to you, I talked to Jacqueline Price. See, Jacqueline Price had to do that. She had to get the fear. She had to get the impatience. She had to get the selfishness out of her life, out of my life. See, what I'm telling y'all, I had to do. I had to check myself for fear, for impatience, for selfishness. And I had it. I was at one season fearful, impatient, and selfish. And God sure didn't use me when I was in that mode either. He can't. Because that's not the mindset of God. Mindset of God is the opposite. You need to be unafraid. You need to be patient. And you need to be selfless. See, in order to be used by God, you got to be unafraid. You got to be patient. And you got to be selfless. L-E-S-S. You know, and that's how we can get into a position of, like I said, being quiet and hearing what thus said the Lord. We got to get into a place of being quiet. And it's still time for you to get in. While we are in this season of getting in, it is still time for you to get quiet before the Lord and hear. Have that tuned ear and hear. I mean, you had it all year long with this year that we've had, where everybody had, in some way, everybody had to sit down. Everybody had some quiet time. See, you can't say you didn't have no quiet time. Not with this year that we didn't just have. Now, you may have chose not to take it, but you can't say you didn't have no quiet time. See, you can't ever say that to the Lord, even if things is at a normal pace. But you sure couldn't say that about this past year, that you didn't have no quiet time. And you chose not to take it, but you can't say he didn't give it to you. You can never say that, even if we're at a normal pace. You can't ever say you don't have quiet time. You choose not to take it. Say that now. You choose not to take the time to be quiet. In which he, you know, well, like I said, God constantly speaks to us, but are we hearing? Are we getting quiet enough to where we hear him speak? So I can't abort my purpose because of the people. See, I'm not about to do a Moses. That's the unfortunate part with all that he did in the previous chapters of all that he did. He got down to where God told him to speak to the rock. That was the instruction, for him to speak to the rock. But because of the frustration of the people, he struck twice, which was not the instruction. And that cost him the promised land. So that's my encouragement to you today. Don't abort your promised land because of the people. And see, see, there was times where I wanted, you best believe in 10 years of Thoughts for Vision, there's many times I wanted to stop because of worrying about the numbers or worrying about who's watching, who's not. But I can't be concerned about that. When you know it's God telling you to do something, it wouldn't have lasted 10 years if it wasn't God. It wouldn't have lasted for 10 years if it wasn't God. You really cannot do nothing in your own strength, as I also talked about on Friday. You can't do nothing in your own strength. You're going to experience some serious burnout. You got to rely on God. You got to rely on God when He's giving you that plan, that purpose for your life. You got to rely on Him. You can't do it in your own. You can't do it in your own strength. 10 years of Thoughts for Vision wouldn't have happened in my own strength. I would have been burned out after 2 months, maybe a month, 3 days. 3 days of Thoughts Vision can't happen in my strength. But 10 years. 10 years of just being dedicated to His purpose, His plan and His purpose for my life. Even then, I didn't understand it. Going back to that day, October the 20th, 2010, when He said, you know, I'm reading somebody else's blog on Blogger. He's saying, start your own blog. That's all He told me. Start my own blog. See, He didn't say start a radio show. He didn't say start a motivational speaking chapter. He didn't. All He said was start your own blog. As I was on Blogger reading somebody else's blog. October the 20th, 2010, He said, start your own blog. I didn't get it. I had no interest in starting no blog. You know, I'm an actress. I had no interest in starting no blog. So really, I reluctantly obeyed. I admit to that. I always say that because I admit to it. I reluctantly started the blog. But I at least reluctantly started it because I knew it was from Him. See, I could have easily charged it to the chili dog I ate the day before. And, you know, I really could have let that thought go out my head. And been like, oh, no, God, that ain't you. That's the chili dog I ate last night. That wasn't you. You can abort your purpose. You can't. You can't tell God no. You can't tell Him no. And He gonna let that no fly too. And if He's got to use somebody, if He's got to call somebody else, He'll call them. Many are called, but few are chosen. He's calling us all to something. He's calling everybody to something. But are you going to heed the call? He's going to let you not heed the call. He forces nothing upon anyone. He doesn't force you to do nothing. So He's going to let you abort it. He's going to let you make the choice to abort it. He'll let you make that choice. And that's simply going to be the choice. But I thank God every day, looking back, that I didn't charge it to the chili dog I ate. I went on ahead, like I said, reluctantly, but I did start the blog. And here we are, 10 years later, still going. Like I said, did I have some times where I wanted to quit? Yeah. Because of looking too much at who was watching, who was not? Yeah. I thank God I kept it going. I thank God that I kept it going, despite that. And I'm going to continue to keep it going, despite the numbers. You know? And I know what He's recently given me with the Vision Board experience. That definitely came from him. I can't take a bit of credit for that. I can't take credit for nothing with Thoughts for Vision. I can't even begin to take the credit. And definitely with this new installment of the Vision Board Experience, it's from him. See, ain't no argument with that. It's from him. But like I said, nothing about the Thoughts for Vision has been about entertainment or escape. I don't have that for you here. I'm about growth and change. And it's just fact. Some people, they're not going to want to grow and change. They willing to stay in their mess. I'm for you. Making the choice to stay in your mess. See, I was in my mess for a long time too, until I really decided to heed to the call. I mean, we all got to just have our time where we're willing to really hear from God and heed to the call. See, I had my time of escape and entertainment as well. Then I made that decision to heed to the call. I've been better for it. To God be the glory. So, like I said, to give you the update, January registration had closed. Only one person signed up, but that's all right. I'm going to talk to that one person as if they're a million. I'm going to keep forward in my purpose. So, January 15th is closed. So, we're on to from February to December. Those sessions are still open if you want to register. And if anything, because of the numbers, in a sense, I may have to just simply modify the sessions. Because forever and always, the 3 sessions that will make up the Vision Board Experience is one-on-one, speed networking, and presentation with conversation. Now, understand, if I don't have the numbers, this is the part where the numbers, in a sense, have to count. Those other 2 sessions are group sessions. It's just a fact. I can't do group sessions if people are not showing up. I can't offer it to you if people are not showing up. So I may, at most, got to modify this. And I'm just going to say, until further notice, all of the sessions, if the whole year has to be nothing but one-on-one sessions, then that's just the case. Because I can't do group sessions if this is in a sense where I do have to look at the numbers, because those other 2 segments, speed networking, presentation with conversation, those are group sessions. Can't do group sessions if I don't, with just one person, right? That's just fact. So if this whole year has to be nothing but one-on-one, then that's the deal. Until, in a sense, that's when I do have to pay attention to numbers. I can't do group sessions. I can't offer group sessions to just one person, right? So that's the case where I'll have to just modify. So February the 15th, it's going to be one-on-one. March the 15th, it's going to be one-on-one. If the whole year has to be one-on-one, that's just the case until, I, in a sense, have to build up the numbers. That's just fact. I can't do group sessions with just one person, right? That's just fact. So from here on in, these sessions will be one-on-one until further notice. I can't offer the other 2 segments. Those are group segments. Presentation with conversation and speed networking are group sessions. You simply can't offer group sessions to one person, right? Right is right, right? So that's, if anything, I just have to modify what I'm doing. If I have to modify it down to just offering one of the sessions, that's just the deal. So it'll be one-on-one sessions until further notice. If I see, in a sense, more people coming, I can offer the other two. But until then, can't. Just simply can't do group sessions for just one person. Period, bottom line. So the only session that's going to be offered from here on in is one-on-one until further notice. If I have more people to come, I can offer speed networking. I can offer presentation with conversation. I have to put it off for now. So I'm just letting you know. February 15th will be one-on-one. March the 15th will be one-on-one until further notice. And one thing I'll definitely do, though, this time is give you the topic sooner. That's the only thing that I'll say is my bad. Apologies for just giving you the topic for January just 2 days before registration closing. I just was really trying to wait and hear from God and as to what he was going to want me to talk about. But I promise to get that to you sooner. The topics, will make sure to get it to you sooner. Okay? So that's the update. That is the update. Like I said, thank you all, though. I appreciate, just as a whole, the support that I've gotten for Thoughts for Vision over the years. I really do appreciate you. But hopefully, more people will participate. More people will be about, as I continue to do this, more people will be about growth and change. Because it's so easy. I've done it. I know. It's so easy to fall into escape in entertainment. But Thoughts for Vision has never been about escape and entertainment. It's about growth and change. So if you're willing to grow, you're willing to change, I welcome you to participate in the Vision Board experience. Next installment coming up February the 15th. And to participate, you can go to the Eventbrite page. I'm going to post that in the comments. Go to the Eventbrite page. Go ahead. That. Go to the Eventbrite page. I'm going to post this in the comments. If you want to participate for February the 15th. February 15th will be another session of one-on-one. Okay? It's going to be one-on-one until further notice. As I get more people to come, I'll be able to offer the other sessions. But till then, one-on-one until further notice. So there's the Eventbrite link in the comments where you can register for February the 15th. And that's, as I say, registration closes on the 10th of every month. So for the February the 15th, registration will close on February the 10th. Okay? And then all of the other ones, you can register for any of them from February to December. Like I said, the whole year is blocked out for 2021 from, well, was January to December. Well, now what's left is from February to December. All of those 15th dates of those months is blocked out for you to register. So you can register from any of those from February to December. Like I said, cost is a mere $20. See, that's another thing, $20. The price of some of you, what you spend on coffee every day. You spend that much on Starbucks or Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf every day. But what's $20 to sow into you? Not just for Thoughts for Vision, but to sow into you to grow and to change. What's $20? I mean, some of you, that's a day's worth of coffee, day's worth of Starbucks. That's lunch every day. As you at work, you spend that on lunch every day. Or maybe partly lunch and partly what you buy on the way home. You spend $20 or more. Well, what's $20 to start you off on the plan and purpose that God has for your life? What is $20 for you to be on the road for growth and change? Because that's what Thoughts for Vision is all about, growth and change. I don't have entertainment. I don't have escapes for you. I'm about growth and change. As far as Thoughts for Vision go, growth and change. So if you want to grow and change, register for the February 15th session of One-on-One coming up. Okay? Like I said, so excited about this because, like I said, I know that this came from God. See, you not showing up don't have nothing to do with whether this came from God or not. It came from God. Like I said, can't take credit for none of what's happened through Thoughts for Vision for these 10 years. I wish I could take credit, but I can't. It's God. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory that I heeded. Because I could easily not heed it. Like I said, that Start the Blog 10 years ago, could have charged it to the chili dog that I ate the day before. Could have been, I could have easily let that thought go in one ear, out the other. Because you can decide to not do God's will. He'll let you have it. Be like, okay, all right. You know, he offers you the plan, the purpose. You can say, no, Lord. Oh, okay, all right. You're going to put it right back on the shelf. You can say no. You can say no. He ain't going to let that no suffice. He can offer it to you. You can say, no, Lord. Oh, okay, no problem. Okay. He accepts your no. But what if you said yes? Just what if you said yes? That's what I had to say to myself 10 years ago, as he said, start your own blog. I just messed around and said, what if I said yes? Like I said, I admit that I reluctantly said yes. But I thank God I really saw it for the call that God was trying to place in my life. And I thank God each and every day that I heeded the call. Because I know for a fact Thoughts for Vision has blessed people. I've heard from you saying, thank you, I really enjoy your show. And, you know, I've had people come to me, you know, asking me about my show and like the platforms that I was on at the time. You know, at one point I was doing the Thoughts for Vision radio show from Blog Talk Radio. I had people at the time when I was on Blog Talk Radio asking me about that and asking me how to do it. And I see some of them for what they're doing today. And to think that had I not started, just possibly they wouldn't have started. Because see, it's never, ever, ever just about you. And that's something we could easily not think about sometimes. We just, you know, we think when we just tell God no, we just telling it for ourselves. No, you ain't telling it for yourself. You telling it for a lot of other people. See, your no, little do you know, it's a lot of other people's no's. Because if they don't see you do what you're doing, they won't be encouraged to do what they're doing. See, you're not telling you're not just telling them no for yourself. You're telling them no for some other people. Because if you don't do what you do, somebody out there is not going to be encouraged to do what they're doing. Now I look at some people who ask me about my show and platforms that I've been on, seeing them go for it. It really does my heart good, because in some way, shape, or form, I had a part to play in that, because I got started on my road and my purpose. See, that's a hard concept that you can grasp sometimes, right? You don't think about, well, me telling God no, I'm telling him no in a sense for other people as well. We don't think about that. We just be in our own woes, our own worries, our own pity parties, and just think about us. But it's never, ever, ever just about you. And that's what helps me to keep Thoughts for Vision going. It ain't never, ever, ever just about me. It's about other people being blessed in some way, shape, or form by what I'm doing. And I've heard from people thanking me for the show and or asking me questions about certain platforms that I'm on. People watch you, I ain't got everybody watching, but some are watching and being blessed by or being encouraged by what I'm doing. And that's what helps to keep me going. That's what's helped me to keep going for these 10 years and some change. And we'll continue going only when God says to stop. Only when he says, okay, that's enough. See, it won't be because of me. It won't be because of me getting frustrated with the people and aborting my purpose. Being frustrated with people. Thoughts for Vision only stops when God says, okay, you can stop now. I'm done with you in that assignment. You can stop now. Only when he says stop will it be stopped. Not because of me. So, like I said, you want to register for this February session or March session on to December. You have them from February to December to register for those sessions. And like I said, the sessions will be one-on-one until further notice. This is where, in a sense, I got to worry about numbers, because the other two segments are group segments. Just simply can't do group segments with just one person or no people, right? That's just bottom line. So that's where, in a sense, I got to look at the numbers at that point. So, like I said, one-on-one until further notice. So February session will be one-on-one. March the session will be one-on-one. Up if the whole year has to be one-on-one, that's just the deal. Until further notice, okay? So if you want to sign up for any of the sessions ranging from February to December, that is the Eventbrite link to go to. $20, a mere $20. What you spend on coffee every day, what you spend on lunch and dinner every day, to sow into your growth, to sow into your change. $20, a mere $20 for you to sow into for growth and change, to be on the purpose and plan that God has for your life. A mere $20. Everybody's got $20, but it's about what you choose to do with it. Okay? So there's the Eventbrite link. Like I said, when you hit that Eventbrite link, you go and hit the link saying select a date. And it'll lead you to the page where you can select any of those dates from February to December to register for. Okay? That's one way to do it. Or if you want to pay by Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, you can do that as well. And the tag for all three across the board is Rich Sister One. I'm going to go ahead and post all of that. I'll go ahead and post it. General admission, $20, okay? General admission, $20, okay? I'll post that in the comments. General admission, $20. And like I said, you can pay by one or two ways. You can pay going to the Eventbrite link, hitting on that link saying select date, and then that'll lead you to the page where you can register from February to December, Or, like I said, you can also pay by means of PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Tag for all three across the board is Rich Sister 1. RICHSISTAH1. I'm going to post that in the comments. That's the other methods of payment that you can pay. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Tag for all three across the board is Rich Sister 1. RICHSISTAH1. And what I need you to do, if you pay by that method, in the memo section, I need you to put the date in which you're registering for. So if you're registering for February the 15th, I need you to put in the memo February the 15th. If you're registering for March the 15th, I need you to put that in the memo, March the 15th. Just let me know by those means what date that you're registering for. Okay, so I know. Okay, so put that in a memo. All of those have a memo section, or a section where they're saying for, however they state it on their platform. Just in that section, please put the date in which you're registering for. If it's for February 15th, put February the 15th. If it's for March the 15th, put March 15th. So I know. Okay? So there you go. From February to December is up. Any of those sessions you want to register for, okay? Go to one of two ways. Go to the Eventbrite link. You can go to the Eventbrite link. Click on that link that's in the comments. Then hit that link saying select the date. Select the date. And choose any one of those dates from February to December. To register for, do it that way. Or by means of PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Tag for all three across the board is Rich Sister 1. RICHSISTAH1. And like I said, by those means, please put in the memo or the for section the date in which you're registering for. If it's for February 15th, put February 15th. If it's for March the 15th, put March the 15th, and on and on and on. Okay? So I look forward to your participation. We'd love to see you there. Love to see you. But hey, for this first session, January the 15th, I'm going to speak to that one as if they're a million. Or if something happens where that one don't show up, I'll speak to myself. The session is going to go on regardless of who's there. The session will go on. So I'm going to give that one person my all as if they're a million. Okay? So that's just the deal. I carry on in my plan and purpose despite who's there. I carry on in my plan and my purpose despite who's there. May just have to modify it. Like I said, it just has to be one-on-one sessions until further notice. I can't obviously do group sessions with just one person or no people. So I can't offer you the other two until further notice. That's just fact, okay? So may have to modify it, but other than that, we continue on despite who's there or not. So hopefully, I look forward to your support. If you've loved what I've done, what God has done, correct that. If you love what God has done through these 10 years of Thoughts for Vision, then I ask for your support. I ask for your support. You know, if you love what Thoughts for Vision has been for these past 10 years, for 10 years, 10 years, not 10 days, not 10 hours, not 10 minutes, not 10 seconds, 10 years. If you like what Thoughts for Vision has been for these 10 years, then support. Support. As I enter this new installment, support. Support. And I hope to get your support, okay? Like I said, you want to register from February to December, these next few installments of the Vision Board Experience. Please go to the Eventbrite page posted in the comments. By those means, you're going to go to the Eventbrite page, then click the link saying select the date and select whichever date you want to pay for. General admission, $20, a mere $20. What you spend on coffee every day, lunch every day. See, everybody's got $20. It depends on what you're going to do with it, okay? You're free to choose what to do with your $20. You're so free to do it. But if you're willing to be about growth and change, growth and change, growth and change, then sow that seed. A $20 seed into you for growth and change. So general admission, $20. Go by way of Eventbrite page or by PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Tag for all three across the board is Rich Sister 1. RICHSISTAH 1. So support today, okay? Support today. Y'all take care, and y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Thanks for tuning in.